3 games into a brand new career mode with Newcastle United, and as you can see, we sit 5th in the Premier League table, 6 points, 2 wins, 1 very frustrating loss, and with the next game up against the 20th place Brighton, it is a game we definitely should be winning. And after a huge summer transfer window bringing in 6 new players, the likes of Michael Olise from Crystal Palace, Tino Livramento from Southampton, Ryan Sessegnon from Spurs, Brennan Johnson from Nottingham Forest, Tommaso Pobega from AC Milan. The one that has really hit the ground running is this man, Enzo Fernandez, 34.9 mil from Benfica. He has only played 3 games so far this season, but with a goal and an assist in those 3 games and a rating of 7.17, he is well and truly establishing himself as a mainstay in our starting 11 and for the foreseeable future as well. As for today's episode though, as I said, we're going to kick off with Brighton away, and we have plenty of other games to come. We've got Crystal Palace at home, Wolves at home in the Carabao Cup, we've got City away as well, and then we're also going to be playing Manchester United, Fulham, Leeds and Leicester City. But enough of the talk, let's get cracking with our very first game of the episode. And as you can see, we're going to be kicking off the first game of the episode with what is now our very much established starting 11. Nick Pope in goal, Matt Targett at left back, Kieran Trippier right back, Shah and Sven Botman in the centre, Guimaraes, Fernandez and Pobega in central midfield, with Almiron, St. Maximan and Yisak the front 3. Weibu, oh, nice ball through to Beibu, I think that is, on the right hand side. Taremi is now in the middle, tries to dink a ball across, good defending from Shah. Weibu now, oh, where on earth am I midfield? Absolutely nowhere, plays a wonderful ball in, and it's Shah again who's there to the rescue, but he ends up losing out now to Taremi, tries to whip a ball in, straight into the arms of Nick Pope. Bega tries to put a challenge in, just not strong enough. Beibu now has it. March for Brighton. Brighton have started this half off far better than we have. I can barely get into their half. It's very frustrating so far. Beibu tries to whip a good ball in, and Trossard gets his head on it, and I think that is going to be a penalty. Kieran Trippier with the foul. It's a yellow card inside the first half, and out of nothing, we have given away a very soft penalty. We'll take a look at the replay. What on earth is Kieran Trippier doing? Knees him into the stomach. It's a blatant penalty, and Brighton now have a wonderful opportunity to try and put themselves 1-0 up here. It's going to be Taremi to step up. It's straight at the goalkeeper, and it's a brilliant save from Nick Pope. Going to be Trossard with the corner. Looks like he's going to go short to Undav. Tries to dink a ball in. He does. Webster gets his head on it straight into the arms of Nick Pope. Shah, oh my word. What a challenge from Veltman. And all over the place we are at the back. Enzo Fernandez, the man of the hour, is there, but it's not enough. And Taremi, the man who missed the penalty, absolutely smashes it home from just outside the 6-yard box. And inside the first 30 minutes, we have been absolutely hopeless here. Brighton take the lead. It's 1-0. Gives this to Trossard on the left-hand side. Brighton just picking up exactly where they left off pre the first goal. Giving the ball infield to March. Great save from Nick Pope once again. It's going to be Trossard with the corner. Goes short to Undav. Tries to dink a ball in. He does just that. And in the end, it's headed away. Almiron gets himself all caught up. Brighton still have it with Undav. Trying to fashion a shot. And it's another huge save from Nick Pope. He is keeping us in this game so far. Bruno Guimaraes now out wide to Trippier. Can we fashion some sort of opportunity just before the stroke of half-time? Almiron plays in Yisak. He strikes. He scores. It's 1-1 from absolutely nothing. We finally get an equaliser. We've been horrendous all game. It is totally undeserved, but I will take it nonetheless. Brilliant finish here from Yisak after some wonderful work from Almiron. And it's 1-1. Bruno Guimaraes into Pobega. Pobega now trying to twist and turn. He does, lays a wonderful ball into Enzo Fernandez. He finds St. Maximan on the left-hand side, strikes. Oh my goodness me. Matt Targett now for Newcastle. Going to try and drive across. He's got a ball all the way out to the right-hand side. Just couldn't find him though. Pereira intercept that really well. And Sven Botman with a wonderful challenge. And that is a horrendous challenge. And surely it's only going to be a yellow for Trossard. He is a very lucky man. I thought for sure that was a red card. If we check it out on the replay here, that is horrendous. Made no attempt to play the ball. Took him out from behind. That should be a red card. He's a very lucky man. Right, now a corner here. Looks like they're going to dink this one into the box rather than going short. And in the end, it's headed away from Olise. Taremi picks it up again though. Trying to just dance around my defence. Ends up giving it to Veltman. Off Botman. It's another Brighton corner. They're going to swing this one in once again. And once again, it's Olise who gets his head on it. Only out as far as dunk though. Trossard on the right-hand side. Nice turn from Teremi. It's a great strike, and it's another huge save from Nick Pope. They're going to go into the box once again with this corner, and another save from Nick Pope. I've genuinely lost count of the amount of times Brighton have had a corner so far this game, and they've worked that really well. Undav tried to play it into the box. Welbeck picks it up. Bit of a wasted pass there. Lost a little bit of momentum, but they still have the ball. Undav now trying to go past Sessegnon. Botman, cool, calm and collected at the back. Gets the ball away. And that is the end of the game. We have been, well, pretty shocking from start to finish, and we are very, very lucky to walk away here with 1 point. Brighton absolutely all over us. Couldn't make it count though. It finishes here 1-1 at the Amex Stadium. And we follow that up with a hard-fought 1-0 win at home against Crystal Palace. Enzo Fernandez getting on the score sheet in the 75th minute. The man who I said at the start of the episode was playing brilliantly. He's continued that good vein of form, and he gets us the 3 points here. Now, as you can see, we're going to move on to our next game of the episode, and it is a Carabao Cup game at home to Wolves. Now, normally I would sim these sorts of games, but as I mentioned at the start of episode 1, it has been a long time since Newcastle United have managed to get their hands on any sort of domestic silverware. So I'm thinking in Season 1, the Premier League is going to be out of our reach. Europe, obviously, we're not in. But I think we've got a real opportunity here of trying to get our hands on either the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. So I'm going all in, and I'm going to play this game and hopefully see if we can get a decent result. As you can see from our starting 11, though, we have had some fatigue creep into the squad. So I have had to make several changes. The likes of Ryan Sessegnon, Livramento starting, and as well as Elise and Brennan Johnson as well. Joelinton and Willock also coming into the starting 11 with Callum Wilson, starting up front. And 15 minutes in, we've got ourselves a penalty here, and we've got ourselves a wonderful opportunity to try and get ourselves 1-0 up here. It's going to be Callum Wilson to step up and take. I'm going to put it to the left. The keeper with a brilliant save. Enzo Fernandez picks this one up in central midfield, lays a wonderful ball out to Brennan Johnson on the left-hand side. He's got options in the middle, tries to find one. Nori with a great interception to get it away. And it looks like we fast-forwarded all the way to the 62nd minute here, and it's Matinho who's picked this ball up on the right-hand side, and he's got an option to put it in the middle, and put it in the middle he does. It's Diego Costa, the man, the former man of Chelsea and Atletico Madrid, who's absolutely smashed it into the back of the net. And Wolves take an unlikely lead here at St James's Park. And we've got to wait until the 87th minute of the game to try and see if we can fashion some sort of equaliser here. We've got a corner, and hopefully it's going to be Enzo Fernandez who's going to try and whip this one in. He does just that. It's a great head. It's a brilliant save. But annoyingly, that is that. So after all the talk at the start of the game as to this was going to be our opportunity to finally get our hands on some silverware, we've absolutely blown it. Wolves beat us 1-0 at St James's Park. It's absolutely horrendous. That man, Diego Costa, gets the goal. And unfortunately for us, it looks like the FA Cup is now going to be our only opportunity of silverware this season. And as you can see, things are not about to get any easier. In fact, they're about to get significantly more difficult. It's Manchester City up next, a team that are flying high at the top of the table. We are away at the Etihad in what will probably be the most difficult game of our season. It's going to be a return to the usual starting 11 as Wolves proved that perhaps my squad is not as good as I once thought it was. The likes of Nick Pope, Trippier, Shah, Botman, Target all coming in at the back. Pobega, Guimaraes and Fernandez in midfield with, of course, Almiron, Isak and St Maximan. The three starting up front. 8 minutes in though, and City have the first attack of the game. Looks like it's Rodri who's picked this one up, and it looks like he's surging through the middle of the park. Haaland picks it up now. Mahrez though gets it back out wide on the right hand side. He's got acres of space to try and find a ball straight into Pope. Almiron trying to twist and turn to get away from the Manchester City defenders, and he does just that incredibly well. Looking for options. He's going to go all the way out to the left hand side to Matt Target. Can he try and find a ball in? He can. It's a brilliant ball, and it's an even better finish, and it's that man, Enzo Fernandez, once again. It's a brilliant piece of play. Lovely build-up play. Matt Target with a fantastic ball into the box, and Enzo Fernandez on the volley made absolutely no mistake. Just snuck in behind the defenders and slammed it into the back of the net for 1-0. But as you can see, 73 minutes in, we've got another opportunity here, and it's Pobega on the right-hand side, going to try and whip a ball in. It's not the best ball, and it's headed away. 84 minutes in, though. Looks like it's going to be Thomas Lemar who's going to pick this one up on the right-hand side for Manchester City. Tries to cut it back. Enzo Fernandez is there again. Pobega on the right-hand side now. This is literally just a game of keep ball now until the end of the game, because we only have a few seconds remaining. Matt Target picks it up. tries to go infield, finds Bruno Guimaraes now. He's going to look to go all the way out to the right-hand side, gives the ball away. 90 minutes in here, Kevin De Bruyne has a corner, and it is probably the most dangerous opportunity that Manchester City have had all game. Whips it in, looking for the head of Haaland, finds him, and Haaland powers it past Nick Pope. My players drop to the ground. It's unbelievable. We literally had a minute to hold on, and we just couldn't do it. Haaland gets City back in the game. It's 1-1 here. And as you can see, that is the end of the game. We just could not hold on. Brilliant corner from De Bruyne, brilliant head from Haaland, and in the end we share the points here at the Etihad. It finishes 1-1. So we've reached the end of September, and to my surprise, after 6 games, we actually find ourselves in a Champions League spot. We sit 4th in the Premier League table, 11 points to our name after 3 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss. But the biggest problem you can see is that goals for tally. We've only got 7 goals in comparison to the likes of City and Liverpool, who are on 15, and even Chelsea and Leeds United with 13 and 10. Leeds find themselves in 6th place. Unbelievable stuff from them. But for us, 7 goals to our name. We really need to start doing something in front of goal, whether that's creating more chances or just taking the chances that we are creating. And it's looking more and more likely that in January, I might have to potentially go looking for perhaps a creative midfielder or at least another striker to partner Isak. So if anyone's got any thoughts or any opinions as to who maybe I should bring in, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll definitely have to check those one out. But for now, it's on to our very next game of the episode, and as you can see, it is against a top-placed Manchester United at home in St James's Park. And as you can see, just the one change from the starting 11 that drew against Manchester City earlier on. Ryan Sessegnon comes in at left back in place of Matt Targett. Ryan Sessegnon, the man who I just mentioned, he's in, and he's just been absolutely hacked down by Diaby there. And I think he is a very lucky man as well. Absolutely took him out from behind, made no attempt to try and play the ball. I'm going to hopefully have a look at this on the replay. We will have another look, and that is horrendous. That, again, is a stonewall red card. Referee, what on earth are you doing? Martial now on the left-hand side, driving through into my penalty area. He's got the pace to get away from Trippier, doesn't find the right ball, and Sven Botman, cool, calm and collected once again, gets the ball clear. Bruno Fernandes plays that off to Casemiro. It's been all United so far in the opening 15 minutes. Bruno Fernandes tries to bring it forward, ends up laying it off to Fred, but Casemiro to Ronaldo, to Bruno Fernandes, drives into the box. Great save from Nick Pope. Fred looks like he's going to take this, and he does take it, whips it into the box. Pobega with a strong header away. Only out as far as Martinez. Varane now has it, trying to drive into the box as well. He lays it off into Diaby, the man who's on a yellow card, gets it back. He continues to go in, and Nick Pope just about manages to collect that one. Ryan Sessegnon now tries to look for a ball down the left-hand side, and he does manage to find St. Maximin. He now going to look inside for Enzo Fernandez. Going to try and look all the way out to the right-hand side. Finds a wonderful ball to Trippier. Whips it in. Isak, oh my word. Bruno Fernandes for United. Into Cristiano Ronaldo. Tries to bring it forward. Lays a wonderful ball over the top into Diaby. Can he get there first? He can. Nice touchdown. Gets ahead of Ryan Sessegnon now. He's got time in the box. Lays it back off to Fred, who strikes from distance. And Pope makes that one look easy. Almiron. Nice head over into Isak. Isak turns nicely away from the defender, drives forward now into St. Maximin. He's going to try and look for Ryan Sessegnon overlapping and finds him very well. Ryan Sessegnon cuts it back to Isak. Oh my goodness. Look at this replay. Isak with another golden opportunity, blazes it over the bar. How many does he want? Bruno Fernandes now for United, lays it into Cristiano Ronaldo. Diaby with a nice little flick, looks for Fred out wide, gets the better of Ryan Sessegnon, plays a ball into Diaby, gives it back to Fred, and Shaw is just there in the nick of time. United keep it alive. Sven Botman, once again, cool, calm and collected, gets the ball away. Going to be a corner here for United. Looks like they're going to go short with this one to Martial. Martial trying to trick and turn to get away from the defender. Martinez picks it up, tries to strike, hits Pobega. Ronaldo picks it up. Diaby into Ronaldo. Diaby's free on the right-hand side, managed to get away from Ryan Sessegnon, who so far has had a pretty poor game. Ronaldo now trying to twist away from Sven Botman. He does. Great stop once again from Nick Pope. Joe Willock tries to turn. Going to look for Elise, the substitute, out wide on the right-hand side. He's going to try and check inside, and he does very well. Gets away from the defender. Drives into the box. Strikes. Good save from De Gea. Brilliant way to introduce yourself to the game. It's going to be Kieran Trippier with the corner. goes high, tries to play it into the head of the defender, just can't get there. Elise, though, will hopefully win the header. He does just about. We keep it hold of it. Elise now wins it back again. Going to try and go all the way out wide to Matt Target on the left-hand side. He's going to try and whip a ball in. It's a strong ball in. It's a good head, and it's a good hand from David De Gea. Diaby defending well again, and the referee blows his whistle. I spoke at the beginning of the game about the need for maybe a creative midfielder or a striker. Isak missed 2 golden opportunities, and in the end it finishes here 0-0. Perhaps we are in desperate need of an additional goal scorer. We just cannot seem to find the back of the net at the moment. On the subject of transfers though, there's Mark Gillespie, a backup goalkeeper. He's off to Coventry City for 600k. As is this man, Agyemang. I finally managed to get a loan deal for my wonder kid out of my youth academy. He's off to Shandong Tashan for a short-term 6-month loan deal. But it's back to the football for now though, and it's a 4-2 win against Fulham away from home. Looks like I should perhaps sim games more often. Bruno Guimaraes, Isak, Enzo Fernandez and Almiron all getting on the score sheet, with Isak also missing a penalty, it looks like, in the 71st minute. So 4 goals. And perhaps it's not my strikers that are the problem, perhaps it's me. And judging by our next result against Leeds, a 2-1 win at home, it definitely could be me that's the problem. Pobega and Brennan Johnson getting on the score sheet, it's another 3 points in the bag. Speaking of strikers earlier though, Callum Wilson has now come knocking on my door saying that he needs more game time. To be honest, I'm going to keep him sweet for the moment, but he's 30 years old, he hasn't really featured too much, and he's yet to get on the score sheet so far this season, so depending on where we are come January, it might be time to perhaps put him on the transfer list. But as for now though, it's on to what will be our final game of the episode, and as you can see, it is an away game against a very, very tricky Leicester City side. The biggest news of this game though is, as you can see, Brennan Johnson, after his goal against Leeds United earlier on, starts left wing in place of a pretty much out of form St. Maximin. Apart from that though, it's pretty much all the same in terms of our starting 11. And speaking of Brennan Johnson, it's 5 minutes in here, and it looks like he's got an opportunity one-on-one with Ortega in Leicester City's defence. He's going to try and drive into the penalty area, going to try and check back, and in the end it's a poor ball. Only a few seconds later though, Enzo Fernandez picks this one up, and I'm going to try and lay a ball all the way out to Almiron on the right hand side. It's a brilliant ball from an Enzo Fernandez, who's in a wonderful vein of form at the moment, plays it in. Good defending in the end from Leicester City. Trippier with the corner, going to try and whip this one into the head of Brennan Johnson. Tried to go for a volley in the end, but Enzo Fernandez manages to scoop it back up. Lays it out wide now to Kieran Trippier for a second bite of the cherry to swing it in. Brennan Johnson tries to get his head on it once again. Just can't. We still have it though. Almiron going to try and go back down the line to Kieran Trippier for a third time. Whips it in. And we just still cannot get on it. 21 minutes in, and now Leicester have a corner. This game has been absolutely back and forth inside the first 20 minutes, and they're going to whip it in now. It's a good head from Ashley Barnes straight into Nick Pope. Pobega on the right-hand side, just trying to find the right man to pass it to. In the end, decides to go for the shot, and it's a good save in the end. We fast forward, though, all the way to 81 minutes in. It looks like Isak's picked the ball up. I'm going to try and wait for the run of Brennan Johnson on the left-hand side. It's a brilliant wait. Brennan Johnson tries to drive into the box, goes for the shot. Oh, my word. And that is it. It's the end of the game, and it's 0-0 once again here. Brennan Johnson, the man who's come in for an out-of-form St. Maximin, just could not find the back of the net. He had the same sort of opportunity against his former club, Nottingham Forest, in episode 1. Didn't take it there, didn't learn his lesson again today, and hasn't taken a golden opportunity. Finishes 0-0, and it's another 2 points dropped. But that is where we're going to end this episode today, and as you can see from the Premier League table, after 10 games, we ended in 4th place. We are inside the Champions League spots, only 3 points behind Chelsea in 3rd, and only 2 points ahead of Manchester United in 5th, and with Arsenal up next, who currently sit 13th in the Premier League, it is going to be a very, very interesting start to our next episode. If you have enjoyed this one, please feel free to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.